It's 6 p.m. local time now. Thank you for joining us on CoreTV News Hour. I am Frank Omalape. Following the emergence of the APC presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari as president-elect in the just concluded presidential elections, the estranged 19 All Progressive Congress lawmakers of the Ekiti State House of Assembly have served the state governor Ayo Fayoṣe notice of gross misconduct. The letter tied to re-notice of allegations of gross misconduct read 8 impeachable allegations leveled against the governor, which includes invasions of the House of Assembly with thugs and miscreants instigating unconstitutional takeover of the House by 7 legislators to sit in contravention by Section 96 of Section 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and prevention of the 19 APC legislative members from performing legislative duties with the use of security agents and armed thugs and sponsoring an unlawful impeachment process in the House. Other allegations enlisted in the notice are spending Ekiti state funds without the requisite constitutional approval, in contravention of the Constitution, running the government of Ekiti State without legally constituted Executive Council, in contravention of Section 192 of Section 2 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and operating an illegal 2014 budget. In his response, Fayoṣe has condemned the lawmakers as acting like jesters. He says he read the notice of the impeachment like any other person online, claiming that Adewale Omiri has since been the Speaker of the House. Meanwhile, the governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayoṣe, has accused the All Progressive Congress of threatening violence in the state with an orchestrated impeachment attempt. Fayoṣe was speaking while lifting the curfew he earlier imposed on the state, vows to resist any form of violence as he charges party members to defend themselves in the face of any provocation. The APC, however, dismisses Fayoṣe's threat as an act not worthy of his position as governor. The report.
Since the emergence of Muhammadu Buhari of the APC as president-elect, Ekiti State has been witnessing one political drama after the other. But the latest seems to have raised the stakes as the governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayoṣe, while lifting the imposed curfew after the announcement of the presidential results, disclosed that the APC is the reason for the curfew due to its sponsoring of violence. Fayoṣe, however, talks tough.
Don't turn Ekiti to theater of war. Because of their violence, I had to put up curfew yesterday and day before yesterday. Today I'm lifting the curfew because of our Christian brothers, sisters that want to celebrate Easter. And I've directed that the curfew be lifted. They should tell them and tell them very clearly, any act of violence will be resisted. My name is Ayo Fayoṣe. I want to assure them we will not tolerate that violence. And I want to warn PDP members, don't go into violence, but defend yourself. Violence, but defend yourself.
But in a swift reaction to the governor's position, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Adewale Omiri, dismisses Fayoṣe's allegation as unfounded, stressing that the governor is the real cause of mayhem in Ekiti State and should be held responsible for whatever happens to the state.
This is the only state in the federation where the leader will be creating anarchy himself. That is why I called the Inspector General the other time that if I were to be in the forum where they were signing a peace accord, I would have allowed my party to sign it because it's the governor that is causing the problem in the state. I see him as a wicked man. We are elected to lead our people. He's a leader and most of us are leaders. If he could seek the salary of all of us for the past 5 months, a leader does not behave that. A good leader will not behave that way. So I don't see him as somebody who is worthy of the position he's holding.
With the state government and the majority of the House of Assembly members now on a collision course, the coming days promises to bring more drama.
ẹni tó bá gbé ojú ẹ̀ lọ síbi tí àtàwọn àtàwọn fẹ́ sí lójú o.
Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
The presidency is convinced that President Goodluck Jonathan has elevated himself to the status of an eternal hero and champion of democracy in the aftermath of the March 28 elections. This according to the special advisor to the president on political affairs, Rufai Al-Khali, is because of the manner he considered defeat in spite of what he described as glaring irregularities and inconsistencies of electoral process. He added President Jonathan also deserves commendation for expanding the democratic space for opposition to flourish apart from presiding over 2 elections judged as the best in the country's history. Al-Khali said this on Friday at a news conference in Abuja.
It is undisputable fact that the saving grace of our great country in this historic election has been the candor, conduct, and comportment of President Goodluck Jonathan, who has elevated himself to the status of an eternal hero and a champion of democracy. This is particularly so because, in spite of the glaring irregularities and inconsistencies of the electoral process, President Goodluck Jonathan took the unprecedented step of conceding to his opponent, General Muhammadu Buhari, even before the final result was formally announced. It is a well-known fact that President Jonathan has always been passionate about the unity, progress, and development of Nigeria. His bold step has once more strengthened the bedrock of unity in Nigeria and has deepened democratic governance in the country. It is clear that the president's participation in this contest was not for his personal selfish interest, but for the advancement of our vision of a united and prosperous Nigeria. This is precisely why he expanded the democratic space by allowing an opposition group to flourish and even did everything in strengthening the electoral machinery.
And now Governor Sule Lamido of Jigawa State has admitted that the People's Democratic Party was not able to properly manage its successes. He said in the last 16 years of being in charge of the country, the party made what he described as very costly mistakes. Lamido, the PDP governor, made his position known to State House correspondent after a closed-door meeting with President Goodluck Jonathan in his residence inside the presidential villa in Abuja. Lamido, whose state is one of the states where Jonathan lost the March 28 presidential election, however, did not give details of the mistakes he claimed the party made in power. Reacting to the result of the election that produced Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressive Congress as the president-elect, the governor said whoever becomes the president is a Nigerian president and not that of a particular region. On the belief that PDP governors who lost their state to a position did not work hard enough, Lamido warned against going into blame game. And now President-elect Muhammadu Buhari has been charged to create a comprehensive plan to tackle corruption in the oil and gas sector. Speaking on the level of graft in the sector in Port Harcourt, Edward Obi, Executive Director of Gas Alert for Sustainable Initiative, described the sector's youth as one that demands a comprehensive plan to address. He also called on the government to be diligent about the issue of cleaning up the sector.
Most of us who live in this region know precisely where the corruption is. And the corruption is not so much reposed on the oil industry as such. They are business people doing their business. Now, there are other people who are aligned with them, some of whom are in government, others are perhaps chiefs and people like this, you know, in high places, who are reaping so much from that system, from that corrupt system, you know, making themselves richer. Now, these are the people that I think they should be targeted. This new government that has run on the slogan of anti-corruption should set about diligently plugging those holes, and if any individuals are obstinate, etc., of course, let the law deal with them. But they should never think that, you know, this work is easily done, because it is so intricate. I'm not thinking of a scenario in which the militants will immediately go back to the creeks and start making war again. No, I don't think so.
A consultant to Arc Technologies Limited, one of the firms engaged by the Independent National Electoral Commission for the supply of card reading machines, Muhammad Musa, has sued the Department of State Services. Musa and his fundamental rights enforcement suit he filed before the Federal High Court in Abuja alleged that he was illegally detained by the DSS since March 24, 2015. Musa wants the court to award 100 million naira damages against the security organization for illegally detaining him. He also wants the court to order his release and declare his arrest, detention, and continued intimidation by the DSS in relation to the card reader issue as illegal, unconstitutional, and a violation of his fundamental right. The suit was filed on his behalf on March 27 by his lawyer, Mahmoud Magaji. The plaintiff was said to have on March 24 received a phone call from the Director General of the DSS inviting him to the organization headquarters in Abuja. He had since been held in detention upon honoring the invitation without charge. Wife of the applicant, Adachi Musa, deposed to a supporting affidavit because he was still being held in the DSS detention. The wife said the respondent's officials had refused her access to her husband since he honored the DSS birth invitation. You're also watching the CoreTV News at 7. We'll return shortly with more stories. Stay with us.
Don't you wish your mommy was fine like mine? Yeah. Don't you wish your mommy was smart like mine? Yeah. Don't you? Don't you wish your mommy could laugh like mine?
And that's why every mom should take 3 Crowns milk with low cholesterol to help stay fit and healthy so she can take extra care of her family.
Don't you wish your wifey was hot like mine?
3 Crowns now comes in powder.
This is CoreTV News as ever live from our Lagos studios. For more information on our news, like our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also follow at CoreTV News NG. And for live streaming, log on to youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave your space. The news. And our Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu has called on all Nigerians to emulate the virtues of peace and sacrificial living and demonstrated by Jesus Christ. Senator Ekweremadu made a call in his Easter message to Nigerians. He said only selfless and demonstrated by Christ in giving his life in exchange for the salvation of mankind could move the nation forward. Senator Ekweremadu added that the peaceful conduct of the 2015 election so far, against all odds and contrary predictions, showed that God was indeed with Nigeria. He, however, called on Nigerians not to relent in their prayers for the peaceful conclusion of the election on April 11 and to also carry the same attitude of non-violence into the remaining political context. As it talks for power between the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party continues across the country, the PDP in Imo State has retreated its readiness for the 11 April governorship poll. Correspondent Jibade Officer's report is presented from our studios.
Chijioke Ede, a PDP stalwart who contested to get a ticket for the State House of Assembly but lost at the primaries, described the PDP governorship candidate as a man of credibility worthy to be voted for.
He represented his federal constituency, Abombi Sengobala federal constituency, for 3 good times. And you know what it means. That's a record showing that his words are his words, showing that what he says, he has all it takes to do it. And that's why I'm supporting him, because he's one person that whatever he has told the Molites he's going to do, he will do it. I know that one.
He did not hesitate to congratulate the senators-elect and particularly project the word to Sam Daddy, who won the Owerri Zone senatorial seat.
I've known Sam Daddy only for a very long time, and there's something people should realize. Sam Daddy was once a local government chairman, and he equally was a TC chairman. He came into House of Assembly and had a second term. These things are records, and now he has won the senatorial zone. Do you think his people have not seen anything in him allowing him to
be representing them in these capacities. That's one thing. That's the test case.
He, however, assures total victory at the governorship polls and called on the electorate to ensure their vote counts.
The just concluded meeting of the All Progressive Congress Party stakeholders in the Southeast region has left a footprint that will really take a while to fade. The meeting, which held at the Imori International Convention Center, was an embodiment of victory celebration and to strategize for the gubernatorial elections across the Southeast zone. CoreTV News correspondent Ajibade Officer was there and now reports.
The event, to many Imolites who attended, was indeed a memorable one. While the entire crowd waited for the arrival of the governor and flag bearer of the APC, diverse cultural activities went on as they all celebrate victory. With the arrival of the governor, the meeting's mandate was made known, even as he shares bitter experience about what he had to experience with the Nigerian army and other security agencies during the presidential election that eventually brought Muhammadu Buhari on board as the winner. He urged all Imolites to keep the fighting spirit alive to ensure they come out en masse to vote him so Imo State will benefit fully from the positive change to come. He urged all Imolites to keep the fighting spirit alive and ensure they come out en masse to vote him so Imo State will benefit fully from the positive change to come.
But my greatest happiness today is that finally, the Lord has turned around the captivity of Israel. And we will again can dream and our mouth is filled with love.
Afterwards, some stakeholders also spoke to the audience, calling on them to take the message to every nook and cranny of Southeast so the land can regain whatever it has lost.
On 28th, as on Saturday, during the presidential and national assembly election, APC members passed through a very excruciating experience in the hands of PDP members, police, army, SSS, civil defense, and in fact, the electoral officers, both ad hoc and the permanent staff of INEC.
It's fantastic. You see, this type of thing had never happened. Like you said, when they started, when the governor were doing all these things, people didn't take it seriously. But today, history has vindicated him. It looks as if Imo State is the only state in the southeast. So Owolo had done tremendously well, and we appreciate him. That's why I back him. I back him very, very well. Because when he tells me something, and after viewing it, I see that he's on the track, I follow him.
As Nigerians look forward to the forthcoming gubernatorial elections, all hope to see the peace experience in the presidential election will continue across the country.
While addressing the large crowd at the mega rally held in Agege in support for Akiumi Ambode and other APC candidates, Governor Fashola thanked all supporters for their steadfastness in the party and urged more votes in the April 11 governorship election. He said by doing so, Lagos State government will have every access to the government at the center.
For your massive support last week. Congratulate yourself, congratulate Nigeria. Shake the person next to you. Congratulate the person next to you.
Persuaded the people of Lagos to give APC governorship candidate Akiumi Ambode 3 million votes to ensure that he wins.
Not for what you believe. You wanted change in Abuja. Has it happened? What do you want in Lagos? What do you want in Lagos? What do you want in Lagos? Who are you going to vote for? Who are you going to vote for? Nobody can stop that. Yes.
And as the 11th April governorship poll in Lagos draws closer, governorship candidates of 10 opposition political parties in Lagos State have dropped their ambitions to contest the elections in the state. The candidates who spoke in the presence of their party chairman, however, declared their total support for the All Progressive Congress's governorship candidate, Akim Ambode. They also directed all their supporters to vote for Ambode during the governorship and State House of Assembly elections on April 11th. The parties and their candidates are Accord Party, Adesina Boroji, Independent Democrat Obadia Akinola, Action Alliance Ishola, Aregbeshola, and Allied Congress Party of Nigeria Babatunde Sarumi. Others include the African People's Alliance Abiodu Yegunle, Kowa Party Victor Adeniji, All Progressive Grand Alliance Adesina Olayokun, NNPP Eson Olatunde, the Citizens Popular Party Sylvester Eze, and the Progressive People Alliance Pauline Ojochide. Obadia Akinola, the governorship candidate of the Independent Democrats, spoke on behalf of the other party candidate at the declaration event in Lagos. Akinola said the decision was taken in the interest of the people of Lagos State. And now the police in Kano have denied suggestions that the resident electoral commissioner Maikaili Abdullahi and members of his family were burnt to death in the early morning fire that gutted their home. They also noted that there is no physical injury on the bodies, contrary to report in the leadership newspaper. Police spokesman Magaji Magia said a comprehensive report on the investigation jointly carried out with the fire service will soon be made public. He recalled that Abdullahi, his wife and 2 daughters were found unconscious on the floor of the bathroom inside the master bedroom of the house. According to the police spokesman, doctors at the Murtala Muhammad Specialty Hospital confirmed that the family died from inhalation of hot and black smoke. Magia, however, noted that the late resident electoral commissioner, before his death, was instrumental to the peaceful atmosphere in the state because of the manner he conducted himself before, during, and after the elections. We'll take a short break and I'll be back with stories outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
Now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria now, Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta has vowed to respond in the several ways possible to the Al-Shabaab militant attack on Garissa University, in which 148 people were killed. And in an address to the nation, Kenyatta stated the Islamist group posed an existential threat to Kenya. He also said the government will take steps to crack down on those who plan and finance terrorist attack, vowing to fight terrorism to the end. He said the militant would not succeed in their aim of creating an Islamic caliphate in Kenya. Kenyatta added that the task of combating terrorism had been complicated by the fact that the planners and financiers of this brutality are deeply embedded in the community. The president's address came as a relative of victims killed at the morgue in the capital Nairobi to identify their loved ones. Seeing it as a time for parents to grieve for their loss, Kenyatta declared 3 days of mourning for the victims, amongst which were students. And that's it on CoreTV News at 7. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Join us at 9:45 p.m. for our primetime bulletin. Thank you for watching.